Welcome to the Minesweeper project on bbteacher.com. Alright, let's do a little side project here. Sometimes in your projects you'd like to design your own icons, and we'll attempt to design a little icon using the icon editor to place on our button right here. To do an icon, you need to make sure that your Solution Explorer is open. To refresh your memory, that's the button right here on the toolbar. And with that open, then you can right-click on that or use Project and do an Add here. Add an item, add a new item. And in here it's listed under General, and there's a thing called an icon file, and you need to give that a name. We're going to do a little smiley face here, so we'll just call it Smiley. And hit Add. And what we get then is, we don't need our Solution Explorer any longer. We get here is a little row of graphics tools and a couple of icons shown in full scale, and then a blown up version of each of them here. Alright, for both of our icons we're going to draw a little happy face on them, and let's attempt to do that. First we're going to select this little TV thing here. That's actually the transparent color. And we'll choose the rectangle, fill rectangle without a border, and use that to erase everything off of the forms that we have. And so by erasing these, we lose everything over here because those are the transparent colors. Next, we need to use a filled ellipse with an outline ellipse, and we'll use a thin border. And then on this, we want to left-click on the yellow, which puts that on the center of our filled ellipse, and right-click on the black, which puts that as the border. And now we'll just use the bounding box will be the full-scale icon here, and we can just pull down and draw a filled yellow circle with a black border, which shows up as a yellow circle with a black border around it. Clicking on the 16 by 16 version, same thing. We'll do the same thing there. And somehow or another we didn't have that set up right, so let's undo that. Again, left click on the yellow, right click on the black, and use the full form as the bounding box and make that fit inside the bounding box, and we'll have an approximate circle there. Well, that leaves a couple of items here for us, the eyes and the mouth, and a little luck would be good here. We can probably just use the pen or the pencil, or we could use the ellipse tool. The ellipse tool with no border, and we would then be drawing in left click on the black, so that will give us the black over black. And let's see, the old geometric rule was the eyes roughly are halfway up the head, so we'll start just a tiny bit above, and we'll go on this top, we'll go about a third of the way across and put an eye there, not too large. And we'll try and duplicate that then on the opposite side. See, this one ends up one cell from the center. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And one cell from the center right there. And that should be it. And now we're going to use the curve tool and see if we can, we have to make sure we have the small circle. With the curve tool, then we can draw a line across like that, and then pull the center down into a smile, and a couple of clicks there, and we're good to go. That's not perfect, but that's pretty close. Next we'll go down to the 32 by 32 bit design, and again we'll keep it fairly simple, fairly slender, and we'll use the filled rectangle again and guesstimate on the eyes, once again just slightly above the center, about a third of the way across. Draw an eye, try to duplicate that on the other side, something like that. That's pretty lucky. And then we'll do a smile that goes across, all the way across. Whoops, I needed to change tools there. Let's change to the curve tool, and we'll go a little wider than the eyes, and pull that down in the center and give it a couple of clicks, and that works. So now let's save our file, our smiley.icon, and that's ready to go. Now you can make that as nice as you as you like there. But now all we have to do is go back to our form and click on the button here, and on the button then we can on the button control we'll select properties, and on the properties of the button up here near the top we have an image, and we should be able to import the icon image that we just created. My documents, see if I can find myself here, 2008 projects. We have Minesweeper and my project. Let's do star.ico. And can we do that? There it is. We'll try importing the icon file, and there's the icon file, and there's the icon file on the button. And that will be our restart button. Well, that was a little introduction to the icon editor in Visual Studio, Visual Basic, and thank you for programming along.